All praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Ha Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule great millstone well, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom wa abal babal. So this morning, the Lord showed me another situation where we had power over the principalities of this world. It says in Ephesians 6 verse 10, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might to save us. Have faith in these things. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, which is that so-called white race. All right. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Once again, this word principality, all right, it's talking about the demon-possessed leaders, all right, that rule over us. So you see angel and demons. It says the first place, principality, rule, magistry. So the leader, all right, the ruling party. Let's go to Colossians 2. And it is in verse 9, for in him dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily, which is living within us that believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai through the Holy Spirit, and ye are complete in him, which is the head of all principality and power, which Yahweh Shai has authority over all men. Matthew 28, verse 18, and Yahushua came and spake unto them, saying, all power is given unto me in heaven and in earth. So he has control over all men. All right. Now let's go to 2 Chronicles 32. So this is a heathen king of Assyria, Sennacherib, and he's coming in against Judah. All right. The king before him conquered the northern kingdom. All right. So he was right after the northern kingdom went down. Sargon II, all right, the predecessor, Sargon II, conquered the northern kingdom of Israel. The kingdom of Israel was divided after the death of King Solomon. You had southern kingdom, northern kingdom. So Sargon II took the northern kingdom into slavery. All right. So he had a spirit on him thinking that he could take down Judah. Hey, right? So he's like, hey, my forefather took down northern kingdom. Why can't I take down Judah? And then look at the titles these people put upon themselves. Look at the pride of these people, these heathen. And that's how these heathen are today. It says, there's a place where it tells you, oh yeah, right here. Sennacherib, king of Assyria, king of Babylon, king of the four corners of the world, king of the universe. So that's a demon on them, making them think that they are these things, all right? So the demons were on him. It says, after these things and the establishment thereof, Sennacherib, king of Assyria, came and entered into Judah and encamped against the fenced cities, and thought to win them for himself. So who put that spirit on him? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. See? But Hezekiah, it wasn't time for him to go into slavery. Because remember, they went into slavery, the southern kingdom, under Judah. They are Judah. They went under Nebuchadnezzar. That's when they went into the Assyrian Babylonian captivity. So it wasn't time. It wasn't according to the prophecy. So Hezekiah put up a fight, and he was able to overcome this king. It says, and when Hezekiah saw that Sennacherib was come, and that he was purposed to fight against Jerusalem. See, he got demons on him. He wants to try to destroy Jerusalem and enslave the people. That's what's happening with Edom. These people are possessed, thinking that they could go to war with us. Even though they have all these technology, it's only flesh. It's not going to overcome the spirit. But that shows that they're fools. It says, he took counsel with his princes and his mighty men to stop the waters of the fountains which were without the city, and they did help him. So there was gathered much people together, who stopped all the fountains and the brook that ran through the midst of the land, saying, why should the king of Assyria come find much water? Also he strengthened himself and built up all the wall that was broken, and raised it up to the towers, and another wall without, and repaired Milo in the city of David, and made darts and shields in abundance. And he set captains of war over the people, and gathered them together to him in the street of the gate of the city, and spake comfortably to them, saying, so he was encouraging them, be strong and courageous. Who does that remind you of? That reminds me of Joshua. But it says, be strong and courageous. Be not afraid nor dismayed. Hey, Jeremiah. It says, for the king of Assyria, nor for all the multitude that is with him, for there be more with us than with him. Just like Elijah. See, I believe it was Elijah. It was Elisha. 2 Kings 6, verse 16 to 18. And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us, because he was talking about the angels that encamp around us, are more than they that be with them, because there was an army coming to get them. And Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots, and fire round about Elisha, which it was chariots, right? Angels, the host of heaven. And when they came down and when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto Yahweh and said, smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. All right, so the prophet, we tell you the judgment and it comes to pass, all right? That's why even Yahushua said he came to do the will of his Father, which is the prophecies. All right, Yahweh is a prophet. He gave us the prophecies in his word, and he speaks of his son Yahushua, how he delivers us. All right, so going back to 2 Chronicles 32, verse 7, be strong and courageous, be not afraid nor dismayed, for the king of Assyria, nor for all the multitude that is with him. For there be more with us than with him. With him is an arm of flesh. So yeah, he has a lot of men because he has, the flesh. But with us is Yahweh, our power to help us, which is like no other, and to fight our battles. And the people rested themselves upon the words of Hezekiah, king of Judah. So they believed, right? But look, I'm going to jump down to the prayer of Hezekiah, and it was answered. It tells you right here. Hezekiah's prayer is answered. And verse 20, and for this cause Hezekiah the king and the prophet Isaiah the son of Amos prayed and cried to heaven. And Yahweh sent an angel which cut off all the mighty men of valor and leaders and captains in the camp of the king of Assyria. Let's get that in the translation comparison. NLT. It says, and Yahweh sent an angel who destroyed the Assyrian army with all its commanders and officers. So Sennacherib was forced to return home in disgrace to his own land. And when he entered the temple of his power, some of his own sons killed him there with a sword. See, his own kids, he got nothing but disgrace for fucking with the Israelites. See, if the Lord is with you to take us down, you could take us down. But you did take us down, Esau. You have us in slavery because we sinned. But now that we're repenting, you can't do nothing to us. Now, you're going to sacrifice some of us, but it's only going to condemn you more and speed up the time for your judgment. All right? But in the same way, the Lord is going to destroy the king of Babylon in this time, because it tells you in Jeremiah 50, this version is called the GNT. Jeremiah 50, I believe it's 50 or 51. Let me see. Oh, yep, right here. It says in Jeremiah 50, verse 33, in the GNT version, Yahweh Almighty says, the people of Israel and of Judah are oppressed. All who captured them are guarding them closely and will not let them go, which I just thought about this yesterday. That's why you're vexed, because we're always around the prison guards. You go to the store, they're watching you. You go, you go down the street walking with your girl, people are watching you, observing you, right? Because we're prisoners, all right? They're watching everything we do. We can't even get fresh food. It all comes in processed because we're in a big-ass prison. America is a big-ass prison, all right? And just like people going into a prison or coming out, that's what the Border Patrol is. All right? The immigration and all that, that's them doing the paperwork, just like if you were to get arrested and go to jail. All right? That's the border of wickedness. All right? Esau set this up, all right, and he uses it, he weaponized it against Jake, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian. But this is a police society, and the prey are the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. There's videos of Edomites chasing down teenage Jake, Southern Kingdom, so-called black kids, right? Where you going? What you doing in this neighborhood, boy? What's your business here? Right? And then the kid end up blown away or are arrested, given criminal charges that do not come off your record. All right, because we are in captivity under the so-called Caucasian, the red devil the Bible speaks of. But we're coming out of this captivity, yo. We're coming out, and we're going to come out strong. We ain't going to come out weak. We never came out of slavery weak. Remember Egypt, what happened to the Egyptians that pursued us. All right? So it says, all who captured them are guarding them closely and will not let them go. Let me show you another one. Jeremiah 50. And the KJV. Forgive me. Verse 5. It says, Jeremiah 50, verse 5, they shall ask the way to Zion with their faces to the word, saying, come and let us join ourselves to Yahweh in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. My people have been lost sheep, which were from Israel, but we've been scattered throughout the world. Their shepherds, the leaders, have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They teach us the customs of the heathen. They have gone from one great nation, the nation of Israel, to hill. Now we're a bunch of People look at us as a bunch of nations instead of one great nation. They have forgotten their resting place. The Israelites, we belong in the land of Israel. All that found them have devoured them. They took advantage of us. Like right now, these motherfuckers enslaved us, built this whole fucking country on our backs, on our blood, on our sweat, on our tears, on our lives, on our deaths, right? And they want to call us fucking lazy and bums and talk all kinds of shit about us. When you go into the history and you look at how low they brought us, you're lucky. It's a miracle what we are doing today, that we're not all dead. But it's because the Lord doesn't change. That's why the sons of Israel are not, extinct. All right. Otherwise, these fucking heathen try to extinct us. That's what they're going to try to do, coming soon with that MOTB. They're going to persecute us and want to put us to death, try to extinct us. But the Lord's going to overcome them for us. He's going to fight for us. All right. Now, I'm so glad. I can't wait to see it. I really can't wait to see the Lord just fucking destroy this kingdom of wickedness. It says, all that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not because they have sinned. We sinned, so they have the right to fuck us up. But now, the Israelites that are repenting, they don't have the right to do anything. Let's go back to Jeremiah 50 so I can finish that verse. And verse 7, all that found them devoured them, the heathen, and their adversaries said, we offend not because they have sinned, because they have sinned against Yahweh, the habitation of justice, even Yahweh, the hope of their fathers. But now look, them that repent from their sin, the Lord's going to actually he has a new covenant with us. All right, which is with Yahweh Shai. It says, I'll go to verse 18. It says, according to their deeds, accordingly will he repay. Fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense. So the Lord's judgment is on these heathens' head. All right, the 2/3 in America, they're going to be caught up in it because they don't believe. They reject this truth when they have the prophets right here in America. It says, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, which we're in the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun from the east, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, which they're going to come in to try to kill us and put us in prison and do all kinds of shit with us. And see, they got a demon on them that's pushing them to do it. So we're not warring against flesh and blood, but against principalities of power, of darkness, all right, of this world, which they're men, but they're possessed by demons. See, the demon is pushing them to come against the men of the Lord. The spirit of Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him, which our power is going to increase. We got the power to prophesy, but we're going to have the power to do more than that. It says, and the Redeemer shall come to Zion, which he's going to deliver us, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, said Yahweh. See? So that's what gives us the upper hand is Yahweh Shai. All right? That Yahweh Shai is with us, but then we're turning from sin. We're that spirit is on us to willfully not want to sin, but hunger and thirst for righteousness. That's why we're meditating in these scriptures day and night. It says, as for me, this is my covenant with them. And you got to remember, that's the problem they got with us. These fucking weak-ass motherfucking nothing heathen. Right? Their problem with us is because the supreme power is with us. You got a problem with that? Well, then do something about it, bitch, and find the fuck out. It says, saith Yahweh, my spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of the seed, out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, saith Yahweh, from henceforth and forever. Which in Colorado, you have them putting forth this law where they're saying it will be a crime to speak out against sodomy. All right, or the transformer agenda, parent abuse. Right, so this is a new law that they have put in place. That if you don't confirm, let's see. Oh yeah, right here. So it says, this is a great example of how we're going to overcome. It says Colorado lawmakers take up transgender rights bill that could impact child custody cases. So it says misgendering, calling a person by their previous name, a form of harassment and discrimination. All right, so we have to talk about these things because it's in the scripture. It says that a man is not supposed to lay with mankind. See? First one that popped up right there, Leviticus 18 verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. So they're trying to shut us up. They're trying to shut us up. But there is going to come a famine of the word, but it's because the judgment comes. There's going to be no mercy shown when the judgment comes. And see, when they persecute us to cause a famine of the word, judgment comes, man. It's going to really open up at that time because we're going to be moved out the place so that this judgment could come forth. The Lord could show no mercy. It says in Leviticus 20 verse 13, if a man also lie with mankind, but you got to remember, the governor of Colorado, he lays with mankind, like with womankind. As he lieth with a woman, which is sodomy, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. That's their problem. All right, don't make it our problem. That's their fucking problem. All right, but they're saying that you better watch how you talk around these. I don't even want to say that because they probably knock off my channel. But we know that they're not right. They got demons on them, just like these heathen that think that they could overcome us when our power is with us. Who could be against us when Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai is with us? Shalom to the elect. Wa ba ba ba.